Right, welcome back to part 2, guys. In this part of the tutorial we're going to be starting making the body, and then we're going to move on to make its little arms and its little legs. So with our main colour yarn and our 3.5mm crochet hook we can get started. So like always we're going to do a chain 5 loop, so that's a slip knot onto your hook with a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and slip stitch back into that first chain, and that makes your chain 5 loop. Now what we're going to do is 6 single crochets into the middle of this loop now. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and our last one makes 6. And we can give this starting yarn tail a bit of a tug. We can tighten that up as we go. And this takes us to round 2. Round 2 is just 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 more, 11, and 12. And then place a stitch marker in your last stitch. Right, on to round 3. Round 3 is going to be 1 single crochet in the next stitch and then 2 in the next for an increase. So that's 1 in the next and 2 in the next. 1 in the next and 2 in the next, and we're going to carry this all the way around to our stitch marker. One in the next, and 2 in the next. One in the next, and 2 in your next one. One in the next, and 2 in the next. Nearly there. One in the next. You can take your stitch marker out now, and 2 single crochets in that last stitch. Right, on to round 4. Now round 4 is going to be one crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then an increase into your third. So I'll do this one with you. So 1, 2, and then an increase. So that's 2 single crochets in that same stitch. And again, 1, 2, and then an increase. Right, this is going to be the same until you get your stitch marker, so I will see you again for round 5. Right, round 5 is going to be 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches and then an increase into the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, and then an increase into your 4th stitch. I'll just do that again with you. 1, 2, 3, and then an increase into your 4th. And you're just going to continue with this pattern until you hit your stitch marker, where I will see you for round 6. Right, round 6 is going to be 1 single crochet in the next 4 and then a increase into the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase. Just like that. And I'll do that one again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase. And you're going to follow this pattern all the way around to your stitch marker, where I will see you on row 7. Right, welcome to round 7. So round 7 we are going to do 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches and then 2 in the 6th stitch for an increase. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an increase into that number 6. And I'll do that one again with you. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an increase into that 6th stitch. And we're just going to continue this pattern until we get all the way around to our stitch marker, where I will see you for round 8. Right, round 8 we're going to do 6 single crochets in the next 6 stitches, 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches even, and then into the number 7 we're going to do an increase. So I'll do that a couple of times with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an increase in your 7th stitch. And I'll do that one once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an increase into number 7. Follow that pattern all the way until you get to your stitch marker, and then I will see you on round 9. Right, round 9 is going to be 1 crochet in the next 7 stitches, then 2 in number 8. Just need some more yarn out here. So I'll do that first one with you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then an increase in number 8. And I'll do that one again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then an increase into number 8. And you're going to follow that in the same pattern all the way around to your stitch marker, and I will see you on round 10. Right, so round 10. Right, so round 10, 11, 12, and 13. So that's the next 4 rounds. It's going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So that's for 4 rounds. And that will bring you to round 14. Right, round 14 is 1 single crochet in the next 7 stitches and then 2 together for a decrease. So let's do that on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a decrease. And I'll do that one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a decrease. And you're going to continue that pattern until you reach a stitch marker, and I will see you on round 15. Right, for round 15 and 16 we are going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So that's for 2 rounds, 15 and 16. Right, now we are on round 17, and round 17 is a single stitch in the next 6 stitches and then 2 together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go into your next one, pull up loop, go into your next one, pull up loop, so you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 and pull tight. And then again, 1 single crochet in the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 together, so go into your next one, pull up loop, and into the next one, pull up loop, so you have 3 loops on your hook, and then pull through all 3, and carry this pattern on until you reach your stitch marker on the other side. Rounds 18 and 19 are 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So again, for rounds 18 and 19 is a single crochet in each stitch around. Right, round 20 is 1 single crochet in the next 12 stitches and then 1 together. So I'll just do this out once with you. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 2 together, so go into that stitch there, and then 1 into the next one, and pull through all 3. And we're going to carry that pattern round until we get to the stitch marker. Right, so rounds 21 and 22 is 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch around until you get back to the stitch marker. So that's for the next 2 rounds, 1 single stitch in each stitch. Right, round 23 is 1 single crochet in the next 11 stitches and then 2 together. So I'll do that first section with you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and then 2 together. So go into your next stitch and pull up a loop, go into the next stitch and pull up a loop, so you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And we're going to continue the sequence all the way around. Right, so round 24 and round 25 is 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. Right, so round 26 is 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches and then 2 together. So that's 1 single crochet in the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 2 together, so just like you would normally do a decrease, and then we're going to continue that pattern all the way around. So that's 2, 3, 4, and then 2 together, and carry on until you reach your stitch marker. Right, round 27, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches and then 2 together. So that's 1 single crochet in the next 3. So 1, 2, 3, 2 together, 1, 2, 3, 2 together. And we're going to carry out that sequence on all the way around till you reach your stitch marker. Right, round 28 to 31, so that's 28, 29, 30 and 31, so that's 4 rounds. We're just going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and then we're going to finish off with a slip stitch and make sure you leave plenty of yarn to sew on the head later. And then that's the end of this part of the video, and we will move on to making its little legs. Bye, see you in a bit. Right, we're going to switch on to this variegated chunky now with the same 3.5mm hook and start with a chain 5 loop. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and go into the first chain with a slip stitch and then put in 6 single crochets into the centre of this loop. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then that's round 1. So round 2 is going to be 2 single crochets in each stitch around, so count back from your hook if you're not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is this one right here, so just go into there and place in 2 single crochet. So 1, 2, and then in each stitch round 2 again. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Make sure you place a stitch marker in the last stitch what you've done. Right, round 3 is going to be 1 single crochet in the first stitch and 2 in the next for an increase. 1 and 2, 1 in the next and 2 in the next, and you're going to carry on that sequence until you reach your stitch marker. Right, round 4, just double check, yep, round 4 is going to be 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then an increase into your third. So that's 1, 2 and then an increase into the third stitch. And again, 1 crochet, 2 crochet and then into a third, 2 crochets into the same stitch for an increase, and just continue round until you hit your stitch marker. Right, round 5, what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 crochets in the next 3 stitches and then into the fourth with an increase. So that's 1, 2, 3 and then the fourth one an increase. And again, 1, 2, 3 and then fourth one an increase, and carry on until you reach your stitch marker. Right, round 6 is 1 single crochet in the next 4 and then a increase into the 5th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and an increase into the 5th, which is 2 single crochets into the same stitch, and repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4 and into the 5th with 2 single crochet, and just keep going until you reach your stitch marker. Right, round 7 we're going to change colour, so just snip off at a couple of inches before. I'll just get the other yarn. Going back to the main body colour, and we're just going to go in with our hook, pick up this colour like this, bring it through your work, keep everything quite tight on this, yarn over and pull through, and just go in and again. Right, what we're going to do is we are just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around for the next 3 rounds. Right, round 10. What we're going to do is we're going to do one single crochet in the next stitch, one in the next, and then a decrease in the next stitch. So that's one single crochet in the next, and then two together. And we're going to continue this until we get back to our stitch marker, where I will see you at round 11. Right, round 11 is going to be one single crochet in the first stitch and then a decrease. And again, one in the next stitch and then a decrease. And we're going to do this all the way around until we get back to our stitch marker. Right, round 12 is going to be one single crochet in the next 5 and 2 together. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then 2 together, and then 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and 2 together. Now it's not an even repeat this, so you're going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches here, so you're just going to put in 4 stitches and that's the end of that round. So 1, 2, 3, my goodness, this gets fiddly, 4, and then on to the next. Right, round 13 to 23, so that's going to be 10 rows, is just going to be one single crochet in each stitch, and don't forget to move your stitch marker after each row. Right, so I'm just at round 17 now, so this is a good time to put some stuff in here before it gets much further at the leg, because otherwise it's just going to cause you problems. So I'm going to put in a generous amount to start with, so you just squidge that all in now. You have to be gentle with it. So we're not really stuffing the actual leg part of it. We just want the stuff in, you know, in this bottom part, because that makes a nice rounded foot for him or her. Depends what bear you want. And if it needs any little extra bits in, you kind of judge it as you go. And but no, this one definitely benefits from slightly too much stuff in rather than not enough. Just so it holds its shape nice, and so you don't look like a sad little floppy bear. So you can get your run to match. So yeah, we're nearly there. Yep, right, continue. Right, so I've just finished all my rounds, and what we're going to do is we're just going to simply slip stitch into the next stitch along and leave a good amount for sewing and snip off. I always like to leave a little bit more than you think you're going to need, because it's a pain if you don't have enough to sew. And as far as stuffing for the leg, we're just going to take a little amount, because it don't really need much in his legs. Just so it bulks it out a little bit, and you can pop back to one side and move on to the next part of the video, which is going to be his little arms. Right, so now we're going to make his arms. So with the variegated chunky and a 3mm crochet hook, we're going to make a chain 5 loop. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And slip stitch back into that first chain. And then we're going to do 6 single crochets back into the centre of the loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. We'll just give that a bit of a tug. Excuse me, and on to round 2. Round 2 is going to be 2 single crochets in each stitch around, making 12 single crochet. So 1, 2, this is a bit tricky to get into, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this is number 12. Then we can place in a stitch marker in that last stitch. Right, round 3. Yeah, round 3 is going to be 1 single crochet in the next stitch and 2 in the next, and we're going to carry that round until we get to a stitch marker. So 1 in the next stitch, 2 in the next, 1 in the next stitch, 2 in the next, make sure to turn this the right way out as well. 1 in the next stitch, 2 in the next, 1 in the next stitch, 2 in the next, 1 in the next stitch, and you guessed it, in this last one where the stitch marker is, 2 stitches. Right, for this round we are going to do 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. This is round number 4, so 1 single crochet in the next 2 and then a repeat, an increase even, 1, 2, and then an increase. Do that once more, 1, 2, then an increase. And we're going to carry this pattern until we hit the stitch marker, where I will see you back for round number 5. Right, so let's get going. Round number 5, we're going to change colour, so leave a nice piece of yarn there, and back to the main colour, which we've been using for the main body, and go into the next stitch, pull up with your new colour, keep it all nice and tight, yarn over and pull through, just like that. So this round we're just going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and this we're going to do for 3 rounds. So I will see you at round number 8. Right, so round number 8, what we're going to do is we are going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch and then a decrease. 1 single crochet in the next stitch and then a decrease, and we're going to carry this pattern all the way around to our stitch marker. So I will see you at row number 9. Right, round 9. We are going to do 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 2 together, so decrease, then 5 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, then a decrease, and then since it wasn't an even number, we are going to have 2 stitches left. Don't worry about that. Just put 1 single crochet in each of those stitches. You don't have to think you've been counting wrong, because that's how it just works out for these arms. Right, round 10, how it should be. What we're going to do now is we're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch around for the next 12 rounds, and then at the end of your 12 rounds you're just going to slip stitch and pull through and tie off, because that's the finishing, that's the end part of this arm. Right, so we've finished making our little arm, so we're just going to put a little bit of stuffing just in this bottom area down here. So I always start with just a little piece. You can grab a stuffing stick or a pencil or just whatever you've got handy, and you just want to put a little bit in and kind of move it around a little bit. Put a little bit more. If you overstuff the arms, they're not going to sit right on the bear. Right, so as you can see, there's no stuffing in this tubular part here. The stuffing's just in the end of the hand. So I do need a little bit more in there. Because what we want is we want the hand to sit nice and round, but not solid. And then we want the arms to be a little bit more flat, so they just sit nice when it comes to connecting them to your teddy. Right, so this is the end of video number 2 on this cute little bear. I hope you have enjoyed everything so far, and that I've given you enough information. Again, I'm still quite new to making videos. I am on Instagram, so if you like these video tutorials, add me onto Instagram. My name's Crochet Kyle on there, and I'd love to see your creations. And yeah, so brilliant. So I will be back shortly with video number 3, which is sewing the bear together and yeah, finishing him off. Until then, see you soon.